My fiancé's heart-stopping message hit my phone. I shredded your passport into confetti. You're way too obsessed with work travel. Sit your ass home now. I typed back. Noted. I had barely any time left for my brother's destination wedding. I bolted to the emergency passport office, grabbed a new one, and caught the flight. 2 weeks later, I returned in dead silence and brought with me the one thing that ruined her life forever. Dear friends, your support is my power. Please subscribe to my channel and support me. Thank you. I'm a 30-year-old guy who thought he had his life figured out. Been with Lauren for 4 years, engaged for 8 months. We lived in a modest 2-bedroom apartment downtown, split rent evenly, and honestly, I thought we were solid. Sure, we had our arguments like any couple, but nothing that felt like a red flag. Or so I thought. The passport incident happened on a Wednesday afternoon. I was at my desk when my phone buzzed. Lauren's message came through with a photo attached. My passport, sliced into neat little strips, scattered across our kitchen counter like some deranged art project. My first reaction wasn't even anger. It was confusion, then panic. My brother's wedding was in Jamaica in 9 days, and I was the best man. Not just attending. I had speeches written, rings to carry, bachelor party activities planned. I called her immediately. What the hell, Lauren? You heard me. I'm sick of you prioritizing everything over us. Your brother, your trips, your whatever. When do I get to be first? This is my brother's wedding. My only brother. What are you talking about? You've been gone 3 times this month already. I barely see you. Those were work trips. You know that. This is different. It's always different. It's always something. Well, now you can stay home and actually be present for once. I hung up. My hands were shaking. Not from fear, from pure, cold calculation. See, what Lauren didn't know was that I'd been documenting things. Not because I suspected her of anything major, but because she'd been acting strange for weeks. Accusatory, distant, then suddenly clingy. The passport thing was just the latest escalation. I bolted to the emergency passport office that same day, paid the expedited fee, jumped through every bureaucratic hoop, and had a new passport in my hands by Friday morning. I didn't tell Lauren. I just quietly packed a separate bag, left it at my buddy Marcus's place, and on Sunday, I texted her, heading to the office for weekend inventory. Be back late. I caught my flight from Marcus's place. Turned off my phone the second I boarded. Update 1. Jamaica was beautiful, but I couldn't enjoy it properly. My mind kept racing. Why would Lauren do that? Was she hiding something? The more I thought about it, the more little details surfaced. Like how she'd changed her phone password 3 weeks ago. How she'd suddenly started going to yoga 4 times a week when she'd never shown interest before. How she'd been working late on Thursdays specifically, always Thursdays. My brother noticed I was off during the rehearsal dinner. Dude, you good? You look like you're planning a murder. Just relationship stuff. I'll handle it. Lauren. Yeah. She coming to the wedding? She was supposed to. But after the passport thing, I didn't exactly invite her to rebook. He whistled low. That's cold, man. She shredded my passport. Danny. That's not normal behavior. The wedding itself was perfect. I gave my speech, made everyone laugh, cried during the vows like a proud brother should. But the whole time, I had this knot in my stomach. Something was wrong at home, and I was about to walk back into it. On the flight back, I finally turned my phone on. 63 messages. 41 from Lauren. The rest from her mother, her sister, and 2 mutual friends. I didn't read any of them. Instead, I opened my banking app and checked our joint account, the one we'd opened 6 months ago for wedding expenses and shared bills. $600 withdrawn on Monday. Another $400 on Thursday. Both from ATMs I didn't recognize, in a neighborhood across town where neither of us worked or had friends. I took screenshots of everything. Update 2. I landed on a Tuesday evening. Instead of going home, I went back to Marcus's place and finally read the messages. Lauren started concerned. Where are you? Please call me. Then angry. You're being childish. We need to talk about this. Then desperate. I'm sorry about the passport. I overreacted. Please come home. Then manipulative. My mom thinks you're being abusive by ignoring me like this. This is emotional abandonment. Her mother's messages were worse. Accusations of being controlling, immature, punishing Lauren with silence. Her sister called me every name in the book. The mutual friends were more measured. Hey man, just checking in. Lauren seems really worried. I called one of them, Trevor, who I'd known since college. Dude, where have you been? Jamaica. My brother's wedding. Lauren said you just disappeared. She filed a missing person report yesterday. My blood ran cold. She what? Yeah, man. Cops came by asking questions. We told them you were probably at your brother's wedding, but she insisted she had no idea where you were. Trevor, she knew about the wedding. She destroyed my passport to stop me from going. Silence on the other end. Then, that's really messed up. Yeah. Listen, I need a favor. Can you keep this between us for now? Don't tell anyone I called. Sure, but what's going on? I'm about to find out. I spent that night at Marcus's, planning. The next morning, I texted Lauren, I'm back. We need to talk. I'll be home at 6 p.m. Her response was immediate. Thank God. I've been so worried. I love you. I didn't reply. Update 3. I arrived home at exactly 6 p.m. with Marcus waiting in his car outside, just in case. Lauren was sitting on the couch, makeup perfect, wearing my favorite dress of hers. The apartment was spotless. Candles were lit. She'd cooked dinner. Baby, I'm so sorry. I don't know what came over me. I was just feeling so neglected and... Where were you last Thursday? She blinked. What? Last Thursday? You said you had yoga. Where were you? I was at yoga. What? Which studio? The usual one. Core Power on 5th. Funny. I called them yesterday. They said you canceled your membership 2 months ago. Her face went white. I switched studios. To where? Why are you interrogating me? You're the one who disappeared for 2 weeks without. You knew where I was, Lauren. You destroyed my passport specifically because you knew I was going to Jamaica. Don't lie. She stood up, defensive. I was scared, okay? I thought you were cheating on me with someone down there. That's my brother's wedding. You were invited until you committed a crime. A crime? Are you serious right now? Destroying someone's passport is a federal offense. But that's not even what we're discussing. Where were you Thursday? I don't have to answer to you like this. You withdrew $1,000 from our joint account while I was gone. What was it for? Her eyes darted to her purse. Bills. Groceries. Try again. That's when I pulled out my phone and showed her the screenshots. ATM withdrawals. Both in Riverside. That's 30 minutes from here. So I'm going to ask one more time. Where were you Thursday? She crumbled. Sat back down. Started crying. I can't do this anymore. Can't do what? I've been seeing someone. The words hung in the air like smoke. I felt nothing. No heartbreak. No rage. Just cold validation. How long? For months. Name. Does it matter? It does to me. His name is Brett. I met him at an actual yoga class before I quit. He's an instructor. Is he why you destroyed my passport? She nodded, tears streaming. He wanted me to go away with him that weekend. To Napa. It was supposed to be this romantic trip, and I knew if you were gone to Jamaica, people would question why I was traveling too. So I thought if I could keep you home, I could make up some excuse for the trip later. You destroyed federal property and filed a false police report to cover up a wine country trip with your affair partner. I panicked, okay? I didn't know what else to do. And then you actually left somehow, and I realized how insane I'd been. And I spiraled. Did you go to Napa? Yes. Is that where the money went? Yes. He was supposed to pay, but his credit card got declined, so I covered it. I laughed. Actually laughed. You spent our wedding fund money on a trip with the guy you're cheating on me with because his broke ass couldn't cover a hotel? Don't say it like that. How should I say it, Lauren? Final update. I moved out that night. Marcus helped me pack while Lauren sobbed in the bedroom, begging me to reconsider, promising she'd end it with Brett, swearing it meant nothing. I took exactly half of everything we'd bought together, photographed every room for legal purposes, and documented the remaining balance in our joint account. Then I pulled out the thing I'd brought back from Jamaica. An envelope. Inside was a letter from a lawyer, Marcus's cousin, actually, who practiced family law and happened to be at the wedding. I'd explained everything to her during the reception, and she drafted a preliminary breakdown of assets, debt division, and lease obligations. All I needed was Lauren's behavior to confirm what I already suspected. What's this? Lauren asked when I handed it to her. A roadmap. You sign off on the joint account split, the security deposit when the lease ends next month, and we go our separate ways. Clean break. You can't be serious. I'm very serious. You have until Friday. After that, I'm filing a police report about the passport and pursuing legal action for the cost of emergency replacement and the emotional distress of your false missing person report. You wouldn't test me. She signed on Thursday. The fallout was spectacular. Her mother called me every name imaginable until I sent her the bank statements and screenshots of Lauren's confession texts. She went quiet after that. Her sister tried to rally people against me on social media until mutual friends started sharing their own stories of Lauren's manipulative behavior over the years. Apparently, I wasn't the first person she'd gaslight. Trevor told me that Brett dumped Lauren 2 weeks after I moved out, when he found out she was engaged the whole time they were together. Guess he had standards after all. As for me, I took the money from my half of our joint account and the returned security deposit and put it toward a down payment on a small condo. My brother and his new wife visit often. I started therapy to process everything. And I haven't dated anyone since. Not because I'm broken, but because I'm finally learning what I actually want instead of settling for what's convenient. Lauren tried to reach out twice. Once through a long email about closure. Once through a mutual friend asking if we could talk things through. I ignored both. Some bridges aren't worth rebuilding. The passport I got in Jamaica? Still valid for 10 years. I'm thinking of using it for a solo trip to Iceland next spring. Edit 1. A lot of people are asking if I pressed charges. I didn't. The lawyer advised it would be more hassle than it was worth, and honestly, I just wanted to move on. Lauren destroying that passport was the best thing she ever did for me. It showed me exactly who she was before I married her. Edit 2. Yes, I kept all the screenshots. Yes, I backed them up in 3 places. Trust but verify, folks. Edit 3. To everyone asking about Brett, last I heard through the grapevine, he's dating someone new. Poor girl has no idea what she's getting into, but that's not my circus anymore.